My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the 2025 I Know What You Did Last Summer. And look, I'm not the biggest fan of this franchise. I enjoy the first two movies enough, but we really did not need another one. However, I discovered the premise for this movie. And without exaggeration, the premise is so stupid that it kind of got me excited for this movie. I truly thought this could have been trashy fun. So I went in with an open mind, and nope, it's just shit. So let's begin by talking about the cast. And Chase Sue Wonders does a perfectly fine job. She carries the movie well enough. She is definitely dragged down by the script, but I feel like she makes the most of what she had to work with. Then we've got Madeline Klein, who is so forgettable and bland here. This character should have been campy and funny and over the top, but instead she's just boring. Jonah Hauer-King from The Little Mermaid is in this movie, and he just has no personality the entire time. Tyreek Withers also gives a big ol' nothing performance, but Sarah Pigeon is really good actually. She is the clear standout of this movie because I thought she actually brought this unique energy to her character. And Billy Campbell is really bad, and Gabriel Bechtel is really bad. But now it's time to talk about the two big names. Jennifer Love Hewitt, who, have I seen her in a movie since Garfield? I actually can't think of the last time I saw her in anything. And Freddie Prinze Jr. They've come back to this franchise, and I don't think they wanted to. They seem so miserable every time they're on screen, and it just feels like they're sleepwalking throughout the entire movie. Very, very bad performances. And then we get to the script, and I thought this movie was just a mess. There are some decent ideas here, like the way it tries to connect to the original and how it's kinda about nostalgia and trauma. I see some potential, but in its execution, it sucks. It's a mess. It is such a disaster. It is filled with just half-baked ideas that never come together, and no moment has any bit of weight. The big accident scene at the very beginning just is terribly handled, and there's one character who dies, and the person that character was dating is upset for 5 minutes, and the next day that character has already moved on, and it's just it just feels so empty, and it feels generic, and this movie is way too long. There is no justification for this movie being almost 2 hours, and it really drags, and it's boring. And okay, gotta be careful here, but I hear people talk about the last act as being insane and ballsy and whatever. No, it just felt like a typical slasher ending nowadays. I really didn't get much enjoyment from this movie at all. And you may say to yourself, Well, I'm not here for the story or for the characters. I'm here for the kills. And okay, totally valid. But the issue here is the kills suck. Um, Between this movie and Scream 5 and Scream 6, slashers just have shitty kills nowadays. Like, remember when Jason would kill someone by smashing them up against a tree? Remember when Freddy would kill someone by um, using their veins and walking them off a building? Like, the reason we fell in love with the slasher subgenre was because of the creativity on display, and that just seems so absent in these kinds of movies now. And it's just really disappointing. I thought the movie was never intense, and it's never as bloody as it should be. So, yeah, just, oh my goodness, I almost forgot. The mid-credit scene is one of, if not the absolute worst mid-credit scene I have ever seen. The sequel setup here is so pathetic and it's actually embarrassing. So yeah, I didn't like this movie at all. A couple decent performances, a couple decent ideas, but I could be wrong here, but I feel like this movie wrapped production pretty recently. Like, I think it was done filming in December, January, and it just. I even heard reports that it might not make this release date, and when you see the movie, it just feels like it was softly put together. You know, they went with a first draft when it needed 5 more rewrites and needed to be tightened up. The actors don't seem to want to be here. The movie lacks any bit of personality or energy, and it's just a complete disaster of a script, and I'm giving I Know What You Did Last Summer a 2 out of 10. Do we really have to go back to every horror franchise? Like what's next? Are we going to get more Leprechaun movies? Are we going to get more Puppet Master movies? Like, it's okay to just leave some franchises alone. But I got my doubts that's ever going to happen. But I Know What You Did Last Summer. What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.